All right, hello and welcome. My name is Robert Lyon, and this is the Lion Show. Today, we are blessed with Juan Cardona. He's the CEO of the Digital Key. We're going to be talking about crypto. Standard disclaimer: we are going to drop some gems. We are going to drop some nuggets. Nothing is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes. And let's just kick it off, man. So, Juan, if you could just tell everybody a little bit about kind of like what you've been doing in the crypto space and kind of how you got started. I'd really like to kind of pick your brain and learn some stuff.
I actually got started in crypto back in 2016. I was, just working regular 9 to 5, and then a friend of mine kind of told me about it, and I was like, man, just get out of here. That's, it's fake stuff. Like, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme type of thing. And then, he told me a little bit more, and I kind of started doing a little bit of research, and then I thought like, oh, you know what, this is kind of interesting. Once I kind of like figured out a little bit of what it was. So I started investing in it. Never looked back since, but I really dove really deep into it like after the crash of 2017 and 18 type of thing,
Yeah.
because everybody was like panicking. I don't know if you were into it back then, but
Uh,
everybody was panicking. And it was so funny because I thought to myself, well, if I was willing to buy it at 15, 17,000,
yeah.
and it's back down at 3 to 4,000,
Yeah. Something's going to
I'm
happen.
gonna something's gonna happen. It's not going nowhere,
Yeah.
And then the further I got into it, like the more I learned about it, the more I learned about the actual technology, the blockchain technology, how it came about, who actually invented it per se. And I thought to myself, well, looking at a chart, it's never gone back to zero. No matter how far down it crashes,
Yeah.
it always bounces back up, So I was like, oh yeah, no, this is something definitely to look at. So I just never looked back, and I've been
Do you
investing ever
remember
since.
the first time you made money with crypto? Like how much you made or what you were trading?
Yeah, actually, it was Ethereum. I mean, I bought Ethereum when it was like at $437. I remember, like, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna buy one coin, and I bought one coin,
Nice.
and then it started going up little by little, and then I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna buy another one, and then another one,
That's
and
awesome.
I just kept buying.
That's one of the
So
I kick myself because like I remember looking at like I could have bought a Bitcoin when it was around like $100 because I was on the website and I was looking at it. I was like, this looks like a scam. This is weird looking, and I didn't do it. And then now I immediately regret. The first time I made money though was actually with BNB. I bought it when it was like I think it was like 60 or $90, and then it
mm,
just like climbed all the way up to $300. And I bought it, and I honestly like I forgot about it for a while. It was just doing its
yeah.
thing, and then I looked in there one day and I was like, oh fuck, I made like $3,000. Like, what did I do? And all I did was put it on the BNB network, and I just let it ride, man. It was definitely an experience. But you've been in since 2016, man. It seems like it was yesterday, but no, it's been a while now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I,
Uh,
I I definitely think, like, okay, now everybody's heard about it.
right.
It's a lot easier today. Like, you can literally get on Cash App and buy Bitcoin.
Mhm.
In those days it was a little bit different, a little bit harder. And then like to really get into some like coins that were not even like almost unaccessible, before they invented like Uniswap and PancakeSwap and all of those, it
Yeah.
was like almost impossible to get into some coins. And I was really trying to get into some coins back in the days, and it was a mission. It was a
Yeah.
mission.
What
Yeah.
are you using nowadays to get into these weird smaller coins? Because my investing in crypto is very basic. Like I just look on Coinbase, and if I can buy it on Coinbase, I buy it. If I can't, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like, so what are you actually using these days to
You know,
buy the weirder coins?
I mean, I think that's a safe bet per se. Like, if you just stay on Coinbase, it's pretty safe because, a lot of the times, um, one of the things you want to be worried about is not having your money on exchanges, right?
Right.
So I mean, there's quite a few. Like, I was using KuCoin for a minute, but some of these you need a VPN. So
Oh,
some trading dexes, like, you need an actual VPN because
so
you
you
can't
say you live out of
download
the
you.
US, right? And that's how you get around that?
Well, yeah, with a VPN, they can't really tell what country you're in or any of that. So that's kind of the way to get around to
Yeah.
get some of these meme coins. Um, And if we talk about meme coins, I mean, look, meme coin is literally gambling. Okay,
Yeah.
so just throwing it out there.
Well, it's not
Okay.
even meme coins that I want to get into. Like there's some of these new gaming coins that I'm excited about. Like Beam is one in particular that I really want to buy a bunch of, but it's not on Coinbase. I can look at it on Coinbase, but I can't buy it on
Yeah.
Coinbase. And then I'm too basic to do the work to figure out how to buy. So
Yeah.
I was wondering, but KuCoin, I forgot about them. I could probably figure that out again.
Yeah, I mean there's a few, and I'll send you some that are actually really cool, but you are gonna need definitely a VPN to be able to get into them and trade them. But I think that like if we talk about, let's just talk about narratives for a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of the market kind of works on narratives, right? So some like the last cycle the narratives were like the layer ones, layer twos and stuff like that. And then it went into like gaming coins, and a lot of gaming
Yeah.
coins started to take off. And then this cycle, like the AI coins are really taking off. And another one is kind of like the meme coins, right? But we also have to look at kind of like the platforms for it, because for example, if we started trying to buy meme coins and stuff on the Ethereum network has gas fees. These gas fees are really expensive. So
Right.
if you're gonna go and accumulate a bag and then you want to trade that bag into something else, you're gonna pay a good chunk because of the gas fees, right?
Right.
And obviously the gas fees go into the network and it goes into the people that are mining or whatever. But Solana
It's
is
cheaper,
another
right?
platform that's a lot cheaper, and it's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing as Ethereum. And I don't know if you know about this, but Solana kind of like broke a record of
It's like
hash
most
rate.
transactions happening or something, or
Yeah, most transactions per second or something like that. Yeah, they
oh,
they
cool.
broke the record. So it has definitely the fastest network and stuff like that, but the fees are like three pennies, right?
Right.
However, we have a new contender. There's a Base from Coinbase. They have a
One, oh
new
yeah.
Yeah, they
Like
have a new platform that's called
base.
Base. And then if you go like base dot something org, if you just Google it, it'll come up. You're able to trade like your Ethereum for Base, and it's like pretty cheap, right? And then you could get into all the meme coins that are coming out on the Solana network.
Cool.
And the fees are like super minimal, like 0.001
Yeah.
of fees and stuff like that when it comes down to that network. So if you're gonna be gambling on some meme coins, right?
Yeah.
Because hey, you know what? There's some bags to be made. Obviously, meme coins are the type of things that where you just want to get in and get out. You get in, you make a bag, you get out, and
Yeah. I
but
mean, I'm definitely gambling some money because, like, what I'm doing, I told you this before, but I'm trading futures like every day, and I'm finally making some pretty good money with the future trading. I got
mhm.
like pretty fucking good money. Like, I don't know, but I'm taking most of the money that I make and I'm throwing it into these fucking coins that I hope are gonna like 10 to 50x, like some ridiculous thing. And I'm not doing a lot of research, so I was gonna I want to go back a step. How are you researching the newer coins? How are you? What do you like dig into if you want to like start researching some of these?
Yeah. So okay. So there's a few websites. Well, I'll tell you one. The Crypto Panic. Have you ever seen CryptoPanic.com or like
Never.
Okay. Well, if you Google CryptoPanic.com, there's a bunch of different websites, but all they do is a community of people who literally all they do is just post news of everything that's coming out crypto related. Like it's like a Twitter
Yeah.
type of thing. So it's like and then there's people that have bots like AI little bots, literally just scouring news and posting. So you're talking about like bam, 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 bam. So I
Cool.
comb through that every day, and I
Oh
start
yeah.
to see like, oh, this new project coming out, or like, oh, they partnered up with this guy, or this is happening, or what narrative. So I'm pretty much on it all day, every day. But that's how I'm able
That's a
to
nugget
get
right
some
there,
of
man.
these. Yeah, yeah. That's a little secret that I have. I just gave you guys a little secret.
Little
Like,
some freaking that's awesome. That's fire right there. So crypto panic, and then you're seeing
mm.
just all the news and all the data and all the info. Yeah, so that's a good. Do you do anything else? Is it Reddit,
Everything that's
Twitter, or
coming
is
out.
that the main thing?
Reddit and Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I mean, crypto Twitter. You already know is on point. Like,
It just
anything that
doesn't
has to
make
do
sense
with
to me anymore. Crypto Twitter is just like nonsense. I
is
don't
crazy. Yeah, crypto
know.
Twitter is crazy. But the thing is this. So, um, you kind of have to put on notification like some of the big players
Yeah,
that have been in the game for a while, and those are like kind of the people that I really just like pay attention to. So when it comes to Twitter, because I don't really read a lot of the comments because it's bananas, right?
yeah.
But I tell you what, like I'll give you a little gem that I just found not too long ago. There's this little crypto project called Hello Labs. I don't know if you heard about it.
No. Hello Labs, or
Uh,
maybe I have.
yeah,
I don't know, there's a lot of labs in crypto, so Hello Labs.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's I came across it. I did some research on it. Like they're doing some big things. And it's just like little gems like that that I feel like, okay, you know what, it's a small cap, and what I mean by small cap is that there's some money in it, but it hasn't even reached of nowhere near its full potential. So there's a lot of room for the upside, a lot of room for growth.
Cool.
So one thing for your listeners or anybody that's going to be listening, there's a few things you want to pay attention to, right? You want to make sure that they have a utility, right? That they're actually going to be doing
Yeah.
something real, right? So they have utility. Also, the lower the market cap, the better, because some of these crypto, even if meme coins, they go into the billions.
Yeah.
So if you find anything that's like under 100 million and it looks like a promising project, oh, I'm more than likely you're gonna make 10x
So
on that one
lower
for sure.
market cap is what you really want. Because I hear people talking
Lower
about
mark,
market cap and it just doesn't really mean anything to me. So lower market cap
yeah,
is better though, because it means there's more likely it's going
more
to shoot
room.
volume. Okay,
More
cool.
than likely it's gonna shoot volume. And then if you think about it, like even if you get on CoinGecko and you just look at the top 1,000 coins,
Yeah.
I mean you're talking about coins that you've never heard before. These are just like, coins out of nowhere. They have no utility, but they're in the hundreds and possibly billions. Some of these coins,
Cool.
so when you find some that actually have a use case, that have utility, that they're actually solving a problem, and they have a low market cap, oh yeah, I'm going in all in. I'll give you a
I
perfect
love that.
example. I'll give you a perfect example. Not so
Yeah.
long ago, I was talking about this to a couple of my people and stuff like that, and I told them, I was like, look, there's this project called AOS, AIOZ,
Yeah.
right? I explained like, oh, this project has to do with like the on-chain, like they're able to stream things on the chain, like they're doing 4K, 8K streaming, like they're revolutionizing the streaming platforms and stuff like that, right?
Cool.
It was literally 3 pennies.
So you're like, oh yeah, cha-ching, baby. This sounds like something.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody, yo, listen, guys, so
Yeah.
it's not financial advice. It's
Where
definitely
do you,
not
where, and
financial advice.
where did you think you heard from that about that one first? Was it crypto panic or it was just some random just being in
It
the
was
space?
actually no, it was just sometimes I get on Twitter and then I just go on the news like crypto news,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of start combing through some of the comments and stuff like that. But somebody has said something about streaming, like, oh, I'm looking at these projects for streaming on the blockchain. So I
Cool.
just Googled what blockchains are dealing with streaming, and then like one of the top projects was AOS, and they've been
Nice.
around for quite a bit. So I've heard about them for a while, but they
Yeah.
were they were a little high at one point. So when I went back to look at it, it literally dropped 90 something percent, like from its all
Wow.
time high. And it was at 3 pennies. And I was like, okay, you know what? I put a little cool $1,000, you
Yeah.
know, at three
And it was
pennies. You want to check? You want to
ALIZ?
check AIOZ? You want to check how much is that right now? Look at it.
Oh, I own that, and I'm fucking over here like in shock. Like, what is he talking about? Holy shit! Yeah, no, 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 no. I don't even know what they do, and I own this.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So they own crypto. They're streaming, huh? That's sick.
Yeah,
I bought like
83
right
cents.
here. It's dropping down, but you got in at 3 cents.
I got in at 3 cents. Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's
You know,
so
so it's like,
awesome.
and I put $1,000. I was just like, you know what, it's okay. But the reason being is because I have a huge bag now.
Yeah,
So like I just literally convert, some of my big bag and I just convert it into some of these small caps,
yeah.
you know. And this single play alone, like I got
We'll look at
cool.
some crypto, I think, at the end of it. That's so sick though. And then did Hello Lab do anything, or is it still got some potential for
Yeah,
that one?
no, it definitely has a lot of potential for that one. That one's really like a
It's
long
kind of
term hold
like
because
penny stocks, but penny cryptos,
something
right?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
want to look at some of these projects that even though like some of them have fallen down like 90 something percent from their all-time high, but
yeah,
they had use case, like a use utility, like they were solving real world issues, or they're really like innovative in the space.
yeah,
Now it's a discount. Like
yeah. And do you like
they're
look at
they're
their
changing.
website? Is that how you figure out what the plan of the crypto is? And you're like, oh, okay, now I get it a little bit, right? Or is that what
Yeah,
you kind of
yeah,
look at?
definitely. So yeah, the way I look at it is like this. I look at their project, I look at their website, but then I start to research like who's head of, like all their team basically. Then I
CEOs and
just
stuff.
research their team, their CEO, their CFO, their all their top players, their engineers and stuff like that. And then I see who they've worked for. And so a lot of these people have been networking, throughout the space for quite some time. So if it
Wow.
looks like really promising, I'll be like, oh wow, okay, so this is a really serious project for sure.
Yeah.
I'll drop 1,000 or I'll drop $500 or whatever.
Just see what it
Um,
does.
just to see what it does. I mean, it's not like it's gonna really hurt me, but
Right.
the potential to make me some real money, it was there, and then I definitely capitalized on it. Like
Yeah.
I'm in a
How
cool little
many
bag.
of these do you think you hit? Like how frequently have you gotten pretty good at it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome, dude. That's so
Now,
sick.
yeah. But it's obviously a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I've been in it for such a long time that now I could really zoom out and
Yeah.
understand the market.
Cool.
So for your listeners out there, this is how it kind of works. Okay. Markets go in waves, right? And they tend to go every 4 years or so. Well, the crypto market, right? Even if you just like zoom out on Bitcoin and you do the yearly chart, you definitely see where it's like 1 year is crashing year,
Yeah.
then it's accumulation, then it's like bull run, then it's bull run, and
Cool.
then back to crashing year. So it's kind of like every 4 years, whatever.
Yeah.
However, the market, right? The tide rises. So everything in the space goes up. You can
Yeah.
literally shoot in the dark as it's coming up, and you're
Yeah.
gonna hit you know
Nice.
and then once you kind of like know where the top, you kind of feel it because everybody's talking about it. Your mom is talking about it, your brother, your
Everybody's a
sister,
crypto guru again. Yeah.
everybody's a crypto guru. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. When my mom was asking me, oh, I want to buy Shiba, I want to buy, I was like, oh man, we're coming
Time to sell. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I literally converted like 80% of my bag into a stable coin.
Yeah.
And yeah, I converted it to SET when
Nice.
my mom was talking to me about Shiba because she saw it in the news.
Yeah. It's
So
over.
I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. How do you know about that? I
That's
was like,
awesome.
okay, yeah, it's about that time. And I literally hit it like on the spot. Like it literally, I want to say like a month before it really started coming down with the whole FTX debug and all that stuff. Like I had converted a good chunk over to a stable coin. And then I literally just went right back in. As soon as when Bitcoin went down to like 15,000,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, if it goes down to 10,000, cool, but I'm gonna start buying in now. So I
Yeah.
literally started. It was at 20 something, and I bought, and it dropped down to 15,
Yeah.
and I bought, and I was waiting for it to drop down to 10, and it never did. But it went back up to 20, and I bought. Went up to
Right.
30, and I bought. I went up to 40, and I still bought. My average, I don't pass 40. After 40,000, it was for what? It's like I've
Yeah.
been in it for so early that at
Then
that
it's just
point
gonna
I'm
start
already.
struggling.
Yeah, there's no point for me, like for me, but
Yeah.
for anybody else who hasn't gotten in it, I was telling everybody to buy. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
Bitcoin is only gonna go up forever. I don't say that lightly.
No, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, it's bona fide now, and the more ETFs and whatever, it's worldwide, right? There's no way it can
Mhm.
go down, and every other like
No.
U.S. currency and everything else is going to shit. So it's like there's something new. So that's what we're pretty much all going to put our money into in the future. Is definitely going to have crypto in it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is this. So think about this, right? This is what I told my parents, right? Because they saw me going mad, going crazy, like buying like crazy, and I was like yelling at people, buy, right? So they're like, why? Like I was a crazy man, right?
Yeah,
I was like, okay, well, you guys have to understand this, right? Understand really like the whole cycle of money, right?
yeah,
Even when it comes down to the dollar and the evolution of money, the next thing is here, and it's been here. Pizza, it takes a while for worldwide adoption. But the next thing is blockchain technology and crypto because it's a new layer, right? That
yeah,
it's a new layer of the internet, but on this layer of internet, you could stream, you could send money, and
mm,
everything's encrypted.
yeah, and you can own
That
it.
technology, and you can own it. That technology is undisputable. It's some of the best technology that has been ever invented.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like when you understand the actual technology behind crypto and behind Bitcoin, then you will start to understand why it's like
the
ultimately
world
it's
opens up.
inevitable.
Yeah,
The world is gonna take over. So it's like you
it
have to
is.
really understand.
It is kind of funny though to think about all the NFTs that are just dead now somewhere. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But there's
yeah,
going to be
but
lots of iterations of things like that, of like new
but that's the
crypto
thing.
inventions, right? And then they're going to be exciting and then they're going to die. But there is going to be some that are going to be here for the long run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then talking about NFTs, right? So NFTs is kind of like, yeah, the NFTs, the way they're using them, it's just like a very basic use case scenario because we still haven't gotten to that point, right? But if you look at a project called Proppy, PRO, right?
Yeah.
Proppy figured out how to use NFTs to literally convert um, real estate
Yeah.
into a smart contract on the blockchain
It's
that they
awesome.
could literally buy a property within 30 minutes and everything is like completely verified. You don't need a third party, you don't need escrow, you don't need banks. You don't
Yeah,
need
it's so
anything.
fire.
It's literally an NFT, an encrypted smart chain contract, right?
Yeah,
That lives on the blockchain, that's verifiable,
yeah,
that's public, that you can't tamper with it, and you can literally NFT a property because of the address, right? NFT that property, and then you can sell or buy properties literally within minutes.
yeah. That's so
So
sick. That's the future.
that's the
110%. Like,
future.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
the future, bro. And it's an NFT. So
Yeah.
when people think about NFT, they think about pictures, but no, an NFT is not a
No,
picture.
no, that was
An
like
NFT,
first generation of what NFTs
yeah,
are going to be.
exactly. An NFT is a smart contract that lives on a blockchain that's encrypted. It can't be tampered with, and it's
Right.
verifiable, and it's on a ledger, and it's public. Everybody can see it, so you don't need a third party.
Right.
So
That's
it's
sick.
gonna, it's, it's the
uh
future.
yeah, let's talk about the trends and kind of let's get our Nostradamus on and predict what like what do you think is going to happen or what trends are you seeing that are exciting right now? Like what do you think we should be looking at?
I mean, definitely AI. I think that the
Yeah.
trend for AI, I mean, it pumped a little bit, but I feel like there's a big wave coming in AI, and then also the Asian market, like like the east side of the world, like with Avalanche,
Yeah.
and all the meme coins that are coming with Avalanche, and like really like the platforms that are on the east side of the world, like it's gonna be huge.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know this, but even like China has banned Bitcoin and it's still like a huge Bitcoin holder,
Wow.
so it's kind of like,
What
don't
a
believe everything you hear,
yeah.
but do some research and you'll see that
Yeah.
there's a lot of things between the lines that you kind of have to understand, right? So, definitely AI is gonna be one of the big narratives that are coming. And also gaming is another big one too.
Yeah, do you have any gaming coins that you're excited about or that you like?
um Not too many, not too many. There was a few though, but there was like, for I don't know if you ever heard of Sombra,
Mm-mm.
SMBR. They partner with the NFL, with the NBA.
Oh, cool.
Like to do like NFTs for, like the big soccer. They even partnered up
Yeah.
with like some soccer leagues and stuff, or like Chili's, right? Chili's, they partnered up with the soccer leagues and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, but like those like really small cap gaming coins, I don't really have too many that I can think of. I don't really look up as that many like gaming coins per se,
Yeah.
you
I'm
know?
just excited because like as soon as you can play like Call of Duty for money, right? Like so you kill somebody, you take their crypto or whatever it is, like that game is gonna be
Yeah,
insane, bro. That's gonna be lethal. There's gonna
yeah.
be hackers and all kinds of
That's
crazy shit going on. But
yeah.
that's coming,
That's
man.
that's
That's
coming. Yeah.
gonna
So
be a whole
so you
nother level
yeah.
of sports, you know?
That's a whole different level. But yeah, that's definitely coming. So it would be a good idea for me to actually start looking at some gaming coins. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do some research on that, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I like it. I got a list somewhere of all these gaming coins that I like. So gaming coins are dope. I think the AI coins are really good. The AI thing is basically like the more I learn about it, AI just takes so much energy in order for it to
Hmm.
process all of the questions and all the things. So it plugs into crypto so
Hmm.
flawlessly that they're just going to have some great pairs, and then they're going to basically, go to the fucking moon essentially, right? That's the narrative.
Yeah.
Plus, it's kind of a new early thing for crypto and AI. Like they just go together really well. So yeah, my biggest
Yeah.
bag right now is AIOZ, Avalanche, Near, Assemble, Super, IMX is really cool. I do have some Shiba Inu. I got Bar. Yeah, so I've got a lot of different cryptos. I'm gonna put you on the spot though. So let's say in a world you had like $100,000. What would you invest in crypto? Like what cryptos would you invest in if you had 100K? Like how would you spread it out right now?
It really depends on the person. If it's a conservative person or if it's a
For you,
degenerate like me.
what would you do?
I'm
Yeah,
a DJ,
to
bro.
go for the DGen version, then what does the DGen do with 100K in crypto? I like
I'll
that.
give you two versions. Like, okay, for the serious people out there, right? And if you have some money and you're trying to split it up, I would
Yeah.
definitely say this. For sure, Bitcoin, because it's kind of like one, it's the king crypto. It's already being adopted worldwide. A lot of countries are already on board. Singapore, Dubai, Brazil, Argentina, El Salvador. There's already ETFs in America. Now China's gonna bring their own ETFs coming soon and stuff like that, right?
Cool. I didn't know that.
So for sure, Bitcoin, right? Another one, well, obviously, is Ethereum, right? Because there's going to be some Ethereum ETFs coming, and Ethereum is kind of like the rich kids platform, and not only that, but Ethereum has been already involved in politics for a very long time and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
obviously, they're gonna give us some favorism or whatever. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Other than that, I would say invest on any coin that's ISO 0200 to 22, right? For the categories, which will be like HBAR, XRP, XLM, um,
Do you think XRP is
XDC.
gonna do a big move? Like, there's just so much hype, and I thought it was all bullshit, and then it kind of went up, and then now it's like, eh.
I've done a lot of research on XRP, man. I'll give you some information right now in a little bit.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I would definitely invest in all the ISO coins for sure.
All right, ISO
Um,
coins.
yeah, and
And my bad,
then
I
I
don't know
would,
what that means. What is an ISO coin? Is that just the top ones? Is that the top industries?
well, no, these are coins that have been favored
Just like the
by
top
these.
200 here?
No, no, no. These are coins like that have been favored by banks.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That's what it means.
yeah. So it's kind of like I don't know how to say it, like a I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like a little a badge or like a code that's like, okay, you're ISO compliant,
Yeah.
right? So if you're ISO compliant, then you're good to work in the banking system, in the industry of banks, right? So XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, and a few other. What's that?
Want?
Quant is also another IS also. So I would give you like I would say this. Look, as a matter of fact. And I'm gonna drop this nugget for the people on your podcast just so you can kind of like
Yeah. He's dropping
maybe
the
take some
value, but
notes.
go to check out Digital Key if you guys want to learn more. And we'll talk about that before we wrap up. But yeah, tell it, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana for sure,
Yeah.
right? Cosmos, EOS, Avalanche, Chainlink. Chainlink, I'm investing a lot in.
Yeah.
Chainlink is going to be the interoperability blockchain for all blockchains, right? So remember how back in the day where we used to have AOL, Gmail, and Yahoo, and they couldn't talk to each other? Like you couldn't send an email from Gmail to AOL.
Yeah.
Like it would have to be AOL to AOL or Yahoo to Yahoo or whatever. And in
Way,
the
way long time ago. But yeah.
I know,
I
bro.
do
I've been in
remember,
computers since
bro.
I was a kid, bro. I was literally like 10 years old, like this. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
But
Um,
Chainlink's gonna fix that.
Yeah, so Chainlink is gonna be like the HTML5 or whatever for that. It's gonna be for crypto, right? So Chainlink, and this is the thing. You can a lot of projects are applying to work with Chainlink. You can't just work with Chainlink. You have to be accepted and invited by them. So Chainlink, I dropped a huge bag on Chainlink when it was down. I'm already up,
But
but
you have
I
to
it's
you have to
still
get accepted to buy it.
no, no, no. I'm
Oh,
saying that there's a lot of companies, a lot of projects that want to work with Chainlink,
oh, I
and
got
not
you.
everybody can work with them. You have to
Cool.
be accepted or
So they're
invited
picky.
by
I
them.
like that.
They're really picky. Yeah, right now it's like at $17. I got in like at I think it was I don't know like $5 when I got in or whatever. Um, Either way, it's at $17. But if you haven't bought Chainlink, it's still a great buy. Its all-time high was like $52 or something like that.
Nice.
And it's at 17. So I would still say load up on Chainlink. Another one is Proppy because real estate and all that. They're already selling real estate in Colombia through Bitcoin. Like they're already NFT properties in Colombia and stuff like that.
Cool.
Polygon, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Algorand, Quant, Hedera, Filecoin, Anchor, VeChain, LCX, Fetch, Flare, Polkadot, XLM, Aptos, Anchor. I already said Anchor, right? Chiliz, Blur, and then Near Protocol for sure, XRP for sure, the Graph, Helium. Kava is like a little hidden gem that you probably never heard of, which I would say definitely load up on it.
Yeah.
Render. Um,
Yeah. Render's
so
one that I want to buy that I couldn't
the
get on Coinbase. But I heard good things about them.
yeah, I mean, I have a huge list, but I want to say like, and as long as like that my top 20, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Those will be it. It's like
Yeah.
top 20
So
coins.
you would just take that 100K and you would just like evenly put it all
And
in all of those, or what
divert.
would you do?
I would that well no. So what I would do is I would definitely get the smaller caps. I would
Yeah.
put more money in because you have the highest probability of of
Really
10x
getting
in
a
your
crazy
money.
return. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to see first what's its all-time high and how low is it, right? So if it's like really low from its all-time high, you don't have to put that much money because I could guarantee you it's gonna come back once we really hit that, the bull market, like once we pass the halving and once we really enter like the full rocket of the bull market, the
Yeah.
tide is gonna bring everything up,
Right.
regardless. So if they're really down from their all-time high, you don't have to put a huge bag because it's gonna come back to its all-time high, right?
Hmm.
Um, so you want to first check what was the all-time high, how low from the all-time high is it, how much utility does it have? But pretty much all of them that I just mentioned, they have real world utility. So these are like legit projects that have done heavily research on them. So they're solid. You don't have to worry about like losing your money on them. They're really, really solid projects. And then from there, you want to check their market caps. So the lower
Mm,
the market cap, the more you're more than likely you're gonna make money on. So
cool.
you want to allocate, the bigger bags to like, let's just say, Bitcoin or like some of the projects that have higher market caps because those move a little bit slower.
Hmm.
And then the ones that have the lower market caps, you could put some money in it. They're going to move a lot faster, but those are very volatile. So that, you have to be kind of like measure um your risk, you know.
Right.
Like if you're willing to like really be real risky, then do it backwards.
Yeah.
If you really want to take on a risk, but your reward to risk is way up there. But if
Yeah.
you're really down to like taking a risk, then do it backwards. Do your biggest allocations to the small market caps because they're gonna take off.
Yeah.
Right? But if
I
you
mean,
want to
I'm
play
going
it
to
safe,
rewind this video and I'm going to throw a ton of money in a bunch of weird coins you said. So the DGen way. No, but I like it. I
yeah.
like it.
But yeah, if you want to play it safe, then just put it on the big market caps, and then that's more like a long term. Don't sell. You're gonna be holding for at least the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So
So I know we're kind of
but
biased on this podcast, but would you rather invest in crypto or real estate? Which one do you think is better?
honestly, I mean, I personally I would invest in crypto,
Yeah.
but if you need like a cash flow business, then yeah, real estate, right? Because you could
Yeah.
generate the cash flow. But I would literally get that cash flow invested in crypto. So
I love that, man. I think that's true. I mean, right now, I think the most gains are going to be in crypto. Like real estate's so slow, whereas crypto right now is like, man, shit's happening. And like, I don't, who was I talking? I was talking to Gino, and I was telling him like, dude, like if in the future, like I'm old and all we have is cryptocurrency, and I have to tell my kids, oh, I missed it when the whole world transferred all its money into digital, and I could have been like a billionaire. I missed it. I'm
yeah,
sorry, kids. Like, I'm
yeah,
I'm not gonna be too happy with myself, right? So that's that's
yeah.
what I kick
But
myself when I'm doing these things.
yeah, and then personally, like, look, the way I see it is like this. I see Bitcoin itself, like I see Bitcoin itself as real estate, right?
Yeah.
If you get the exact same amount of money that you're gonna take that's gonna take you to invest in real estate, if you get that exact same amount of money and you invest it in crypto is gonna win. It's gonna outpace it 200%,
Yeah.
right? Because they've gone from the day Bitcoin started to today, they've added it and they averaged it out. On average, year by year, even with the crashes and everything already played into factor, crypto has performed 200%
Wow. A year?
a year.
Ah, that's insane. Yeah, you can't get that
Okay.
anywhere else. That's wild.
You cannot get that anywhere else, bro. There's no asset in this planet that performs 200% a year, including the crashes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's
if you
savage.
literally DCA, right, if you dollar cost average and all you did was just buy, you will still be performing at 200% gains every year over year, including the crashes. So
Sick.
it's impossible for real estate to even compare to that.
Right.
So if you really literally treat Bitcoin as real estate, because really that's kind of how I treat it,
Yeah.
like I'm a Bitcoiner. I have full Bitcoins, like I
Right.
don't have part.
Make
I'm
sure your
actually a
tenants are
Bitcoin.
paying rent or
You know what I
your
mean?
coins are
And
paying
then
their
I
bills.
still and I continue to still invest every so often,
Cool.
um, because if I was to have real estate or if I was continue to buy real estate, that would be the same amount of money that I'd be
Yeah.
using anyway. So
Right.
instead of investing in real estate, I would literally just invest in Bitcoin, and I'm still outperforming everybody that's investing in real estate.
Yeah, that's savage. I love that. And then do you just buy and hold in diamond hands, or do you like get in when it goes up and then try and buy it again when it goes down, or what's your strategy
Um,
been?
Well, I mean, I learned my lesson in 2017 crash. So I told myself the next time, once I start like reaching the top, I'm just gonna start converting to. So I don't cash out. I just convert to stable coins.
Right.
Um, that is probably like the
Oh
best
my.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Because like you're gonna get taxed or you're gonna get charged like for like if you cash out and stuff like that, or the fees are kind of high if you sell like large amounts,
Yeah.
especially if you're selling it through like Coinbase and stuff like that. So my strategy is more like once we're kind of like hitting the top, like right now that we did an all-time high, I got half of my bag and I converted it to a stable coin,
Right.
right? Just as a safeguard because I have a feeling that we're gonna have one more cool little crash, which I think we're probably having.
That it's the same.
I was
That's
hoping it was
exactly how
bigger.
I feel. Yeah. I think there's one
Yeah.
more Black Swan event. I think it's gonna happen this month, just being honest with you. I was gonna like tell you my theory, but I think this month we're gonna have like one more weird happening. But then
Mhm.
I think I don't know. I predict we're gonna go off to the races, man. Like I really think like we're gonna probably dip back down to like the 60s or maybe even below this. And then
Mhm.
once that starts to end and we start to go back up again, like it's just gonna take off, man. I think this is like the last big pullback before a huge move to
Before
the
the takeoff.
upside. That's
Yeah.
my guess, you know what I mean? I don't know anything,
Yeah,
but
that's kind of how I was feeling too. So
yeah.
I took a little bit, when it hit 70, like 72, I
Yeah.
took a percentage of it. I got like 40% of my bag and I just converted it to a stable coin just as a precaution, right? But then I thought to myself, you know what? I might be shooting myself in the foot because it might just take off right after this, right?
Yeah.
So I decided, I was like, you know what? Um, it's because I just feel like there's gonna be one more little, I don't know,
One more little thing. I
little
think we're gonna come
knockdown.
back down to this, like, see this low right here where we're at like 61 or 60 or whatever. I think
Hmm.
we're gonna dump back down to that, and then I'm gonna start getting interested in getting into a lot of these like kind of weird coins again because I think for the rest of the summer we're probably gonna just climb, bro. I think it's like one more big dip, one more weird downward thing, and then I think we're gonna keep climbing. Now I could be wrong. We could
Yeah.
totally just dump all the way back down to like 50s and just be like, okay, and then just stay
Yeah, but you know
sideways
why
for a
that's not
while.
probable?
Why?
Why I really don't think we're gonna jump even all the way to 50s or nothing because of the Bitcoin ETFs. They've been buying on a daily basis like
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of dollars every single day. To this
Wow.
day, they just bought like I don't know how
Isn't
much
there
they
some
just
like
report.
halving or something happening too? I don't know what that means
Yeah,
even, but
in
what does that
19
mean?
days. So
19
basically,
days.
Bitcoin every 4 years is a halving event, right? And that means that the miners are only able to get half of what they're mining. So we're already pretty much at the end of the mining, like mining Bitcoin. There's 21 million in total.
Yeah.
Some of it already has been lost, and like the last 2 million, I think it's gonna take, I don't know, like 30, 40, 50 years to mine the rest of it.
Yeah.
So this is the last halving event. This is
Yeah.
literally like the last halving event, and now institutions got in right before this halving event. Like, it's we're gonna go for a ride.
That just makes my little theory that I just said even more impactful. I think next week we're about to like tank and then we're gonna have a halving and then dude, it's just gonna be fucking like this is the last chance to get in almost. What if it is, man?
Is
Wouldn't that be some
literally
shit?
and that's why I was like, you know what? I'm just waiting for that little pullback. I'm gonna come right back in and let's go because
Yeah.
this time it's a little different. Like it really is, right? Because not only is the ETFs already available, right? But the amount of money that's being bought, as far as like how much they're buying Bitcoin, is crazy. It's monumental. It's never
Yeah.
been seen before, right? There hasn't been no other ETF in history that has performed like the Bitcoin ETF. It took any other ETF 10 years to accumulate the same amount of money that they accumulated in 1 month.
Wow. Yeah, it's moving. Shit's kicking.
It's
Shit's cooking.
unprecedented. It's monumental, bro.
Yeah.
It took 1 month. It took 10 years for the other one. Like,
Yeah, and that's how things go, man. That's crazy.
you
10
know,
years to get to
so
this point, and now they're doing it in 1 month.
in one
That's
month. And
wild.
so I just feel like they're gonna try to shake paper hands real quick off the market because you have to remember there's a lot of people that trade with leverage, right? So they
Yeah,
want to liquidate some of these leverage traders that are like over leveraging and
over
stuff. And it's
leverage. Yeah.
easy money. It's easy money. It's like they literally liquidate them easy because they're like super long with high leverage. And it's like they drop down 10% and wham, give me that.
Yeah, just
So it's easy
kick
to
them out
liquidate these
and
guys.
then
Kick
I
them
never
out,
thought
take their
about that. That's
money,
wild, man.
go
That's
back
what's gonna
up.
happen then. Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
that's pretty savage
So
because
that's why
it's
I was just
crypto
like,
too, man. It's kind of wild, wild west. Like they can
it's
still
still the
play
Wild
those
Wild
games with
West.
people, man. That's
Hmm.
wild. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your prediction? You think we're gonna have one more dip and then that the halving is gonna pop, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're currently during the dip. I was hoping it's probably a little bit lower, so I'm hoping it goes a little bit lower.
Yeah,
If it does, then I'm just gonna come back in. But either way, I'm gonna come back in regardless. I was just kind of like waiting, because I converted at 70,000, and then like I was thinking like it might hit maybe in the high 50s, maybe low 60s. Right now we're at 65. It hit like 63 or something, right?
yeah,
Um, so. I'm just gonna kind of wait out maybe a couple of more days because there was some news that was supposed to come out today with that guy Powell. He was gonna be talking about interest rates and cuts and shit like that.
yeah,
So I was just kind of waiting for the news, which is why like the stock market is kind of dumping a little bit. But yeah, within the next few days, I'm gonna make my move again, get back in because yeah, I don't see this. My prediction is for sure it's
yeah.
gonna take off.
I think you've solidified it with the halving and everything else we just talking about it. I really think we're gonna go down to maybe 61, 62, and then it's just gonna start.
Hmm.
Because every summer, not every summer, but most summers, it just starts to climb, and then this summer's a little
Yeah.
different. Like we said, there's some unique things going on right now in the marketplace where it's safer bet for people to put their money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I mean, I really think Solana, since it's cheaper to do stuff, I need to probably double down on Solana a lot more than I am
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah. No, I have a really, really, really big bag in Solana too. Because yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're
it's coming up. And
they're
BNB
it's a
is
lot
good too.
cheaper. Yeah, but the partnerships that Solana has secured is crazy. Like they have
Yeah.
partnerships literally with everybody. Like their
Yeah.
partnerships are crazy. But right now, like if you think about it, right, it's never been safer. There's never
Yeah,
been a
it's true.
safer time than today to buy Bitcoin. What I mean? Like
Yeah, I like
now
it.
now that the institutions are in, now that you have the Bitcoin
There's chain.
ETFs, now that you have countries that are literally already, Bitcoin, adoption and everything, like it's never been a safer place to buy Bitcoin than today.
Wow.
It's like we're not in 2016, 2017, where it's just like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, no. It's definitely it's
but
like bona fide now. So,
yeah. Yeah,
oh, right
if
on,
you have
man.
all the richest people in the world buying Bitcoin, then you kind of have to ask yourself, why are you not buying
Yeah.
it?
So before we kind of wrap up, I always ask people like three questions. But before we get into that, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you? Like, where are you on social media? How can they find out about your kind of coaching and stuff like that for crypto?
Yeah, I mean maybe either Twitter or Instagram, just Digital Key Crypto. Um, just the way you hear it, Digital Key Crypto on Instagram or Twitter. And then
They
just
can
send
just
send me a
message you.
DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send me a DM.
Get you into, and then you have like a Discord. What else? What do they get when they work with you, or what do they
Yeah.
learn?
So I mean, I have a mentorship, kind of like like a Discord and stuff like that. I educate people and stuff like that. I help you set up your wallets. I help you set up pretty much everything because you want to make sure that you're set up properly. If you leave your money in the exchanges, it's not your coin, it's not your crypto. So if you have your money in Coinbase, it's not yours, it's theirs.
Yeah.
So I show you how to set all that up. I show you how to set up all your phrase keys, all your backup keys, how to set up your cold wallet, your cold storage, how to, retrieve it if you ever lose it. Because it's a little bit of a techie stuff that goes into it. But like once you understand it, it's pretty easy. So I kind of like, educate people on how to do that, and then the more advanced people like that get into it and like they want to buy small caps or they want to small buy like real coins that are like super hard to get into. I teach how to actually get in those because there's like 4 or 5 steps that you need to do
Yeah.
to actually get into some of these projects. Like it's dumb, but I
I
mean,
know that's why I don't get into them. I miss them all, man. I just
yeah,
watch them happen. I'm like, I fucking looked at that one. So yeah,
yeah.
KuCoin and Pancake Swap. It just pisses me off, dude. I try
It's a
like
mission, bro.
Meta
It's a
Wolf
mission.
wallet with some stupid
Yeah,
like
like I'll tell you like this, like okay, look, I'll give you like some like a scenario, right? So let's just say you want to buy a small cap, like even Sombra, right? Sombra was a really small cap.
yeah,
Um, so you literally have to you have to get Trust Wallet, right? On Trust Wallet, you have to first go to a website to get the address for the Sombra coin, right? So you got to get
yeah,
that address. Then you got to go to Trust Wallet, and Trust Wallet you have to get by BNB because it's on the BNB chain. So the Trust Wallet now you have to connect that to Pancake Swap, right? And then you
yeah,
have to connect the address to your Trust wallet and be able to connect that on the swap on the Pancake swap, and you have to have BNB to do that. Then you actually do the trade, and then it comes back to your Trust wallet.
Yeah, I
So
hate that. I've done it so many times
I'm
and I
like,
still hate it, dude. And I'm like, what am I
that's
doing?
just
I feel like a hacker, but I'm just trying to
it's
move
a
this
mission.
stupid coin to some other stupid wallet.
Yeah, it's a mission. I
It's
mean,
kind of
eventually
weird.
it'll get a lot easier, eventually,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, it's already getting easier. You can just go on Coinbase
yeah.
now and do it. But it's kind of weird how like some of these exchanges, like BNB, I have to wire the money in because I guess like the way I think about it is like what was happening with BNB is they would basically people would like liquidate their credit cards onto
Hmm.
BNB and then they would just never be able to, or they would like put all their money into BNB and then they would like report the as like the what's it called, the purchase as fraud. So
Oh
then they would
yeah,
get their
yeah,
money
yeah.
back. So I think that's what
Yeah,
happened to BNB. So now you could only wire your money. I don't know. There's always gonna be that one guy
yeah.
that ruins it for everybody, but it
Always.
just makes it harder and harder and harder. But when you
Always.
have really cool projects, I think it's really important to be able to do what you just said, which is figure out how to get in there. And sure, it'll probably take a night of cursing at your computer, but once you get in, like it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I mean it's for the more advanced people. Like so if they're really into it and they want to get into it like this and it's you're a little bit more advanced or you want to learn, then yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna take you a little while. But like sometimes you could get into gems, like you could literally get into projects that are 0.0001
Wow.
and you
Wow.
literally put $100 and if it gets to a penny, you're in the game. Like you have a huge
I
bag,
love that,
so
man. That's what I need in my life. I want all the 0001s that they're turning into dollars.
yeah.
I love it. Cool. Before we get into the questions, is there anything else we didn't touch on that we should probably tell people about for crypto?
Um, no, I mean, the dollar is going to zero, so make sure you flock over to Bitcoin.
Yeah, I
So,
mean that's what I think so too. They just keep printing money, dude. They're gonna eventually create, some sort of way to tax everybody with some American digital currency. You know what I
well,
mean? It has to
CBDCs,
happen. Yeah. What is it? Wait, what was that?
CBDCs.
Is
That's
it
how they're
was
gonna
it,
do it.
is that a crypto or is that just like what it's gonna be called or what?
Well, CBDCs are central bank digital coins.
Right, right, right.
Okay, so central bank digital coins are CBDCs, and for anybody that watches this, when the time comes, we have to make sure we fight against CBDCs because these CBDCs are going to be programmable. So this program money, so they're going to try to turn the dollar into a CBDC, and then this dollar is going to be programmable. They're not going to let you save it. They're not. They're going to tell you how to spend it. It's going to expire if you don't spend it. Like
Oh,
it's
what?
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the time comes, mark my words, let's all unite, get together, and you know
See, that's a
fight.
scary crypto. I was more like, I mean, I knew they're going to tax us, but I didn't know they would be able to control it like that. But of course they
Oh
will be able
yeah,
to control it. And then
of
you'll have like
course.
probably like a social rating where if you like screw up your social, all your CBDC or whatever you just said just
Hmm.
vanishes, right? And your life is
Yeah.
ruined. Like,
So when
it's
that
sketchy.
time comes, we gotta unite, make sure we fight against CBDCs and let's just use Bitcoin.
Yeah. All right. Digital key. Do you have a website for your crypto or just Instagram and Twitter?
I don't. No, it's just Instagram and Twitter.
All right, cool. So check
Yeah.
out Digital Key Crypto, Instagram and Twitter to reach out to one. All right, cool. So, I'm the money guy, right? So we got to talk about money. What's one tip out there that you've learned, for people out there to make more money, just do better with their finances, and what's something that you've learned or that you would think would be helpful for people out there to know money wise?
I, money wise, I think that you really have to learn financial literacy. Like that's the most important language that you can learn nowadays, right? And then unfortunately, 99% of people that I speak to, they're not financially literate. Even when it comes to like, investments or like even when we talk about crypto stuff like that, they'll just be like, oh no, no, I don't believe in that or stuff like that, whatever. But it's just like financial literacy is very important. One, and two is make sure that your credit, your credit
Yeah, I
your
like that.
your credit has to be on point. Like, that's kind of like your introduction to the financial world. So anywhere you go, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to deal with anybody, you need a loan, you're gonna deal with another person or whatever the case is. Your credit, your personal credit is your introduction. That's how you introduce yourself to the financial world. So if you're gonna
Ooh,
come at me and you have a 500, a 600, I kind of know the type of person I'm dealing with. If I'm dealing with somebody that has an 800 or a 750 and stuff like that, then I know who I'm dealing with. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because now we're talking the same language. But a lot of people don't understand that your personal credit is really the introduction to to the financial world. So make sure you take care of that.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a terrible question. Are you confident now, like if you got a ton of credit and you threw it all into crypto, that you'd be able to make it profitable? How
I
do you
did
feel
that
about
already.
you did that? Sick.
What you
Well,
mean?
how was it? What was the
Hell
experience
yeah.
like? I mean, I'm always questioning, you know.
I maxed out like four credit cards when bro, I maxed them out. I couldn't max them out fast enough.
Yeah,
I maxed
that's
them out.
sick.
Super. I
Right, and
already
then
paid
how did
them
it turn
back.
out? You're bona fide now, right? It worked
I'm
out.
super. Bro,
Yeah,
I
best
got
thing you
an
did.
EOS at 3 pennies.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay. I paid them all just with that one.
That
Literally
one
that
alone,
single
dude.
play, that
Oh
single
my
play
God.
alone, I literally paid everything off. Literally.
That is wild, dude. I love that. That's what I
Yeah.
want to hear.
Yeah.
Music to my ears. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then the next one is happiness, right? I don't think people are happy enough. But what's like one tip in your life that you found that has helped you be happier or might help somebody out there be a little happier with their lives?
Um, don't believe people when they say money doesn't buy happiness because it sure does, bro.
I like that.
Money buys happiness. I guarantee you that,
Yeah.
okay?
I love it.
You don't see me stressed out.
Right? You're good, man. That's funny as
I'm
fuck.
great.
I'm fucking great over here. All right, I like that. I'll take that.
Great.
And then the last one is what's one habit that you kind of added to your life that actually had an impact on your life that you do pretty frequently or you do every day or whatever, and it's like actually like made something in your life better. One habit.
Um, one habit that I really like, honestly, that I actively started doing was surrounding myself with different people that are in my level or like in my intellect or what I want to be like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, um, I grew up in LA, obviously, right? And it's not the nicest place to grow up in, and there's a lot of gangs and violence and stuff like that over here.
Yeah.
So when I was young, obviously I went through the trenches and I got in trouble and all that stuff, right? But really changing the people that I associate myself with had a really huge impact in my life.
Cool.
And then I started actively searching for people who are either entrepreneurs or who are doing things that I want to do or doing things that I want to learn. So really the association part, like that really changed my life, really.
I love that. And what would the habit be? Just reaching out to people and just seeing how you can get in the room with people or
So basically, like I started off with like going to
conferences, right? Or like
conferences,
events and
yeah,
stuff like that.
events and stuff like that. Yeah, I started looking stuff like that. I got a few friend of mine, and I would just bring them with me,
Cool.
and just like networking.
Yeah.
That's really how it just started, like networking, and then one thing led to another, this led to another, and you start meeting people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh wow, it makes a big difference actually.
And so I was like, no, you're the second person I've told this to, but I heard it from a doctor and he said the number one key to living like a better life and living longer is the more relationships that you have. So like as opposed to like all the other things like eating healthy or quitting smoking or quitting drinking, they said nope, the number one thing if you want to live a happier longer life is get more relationships. It's also how you can gain more money. So ever since I heard that I was like, damn, that's pretty fire. Like need to make
Yeah,
that a
makes
habit for sure.
sense.
So I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. I guess I got one
Okay,
more
cool.
selfish question. Other than gaming and AI, is there any other crypto niches or crypto trends that you think are really kind of prime or that you're looking at?
Well, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but XRP,
Yeah.
XRP. I also have a huge bag in XRP. I got in it way back when, but still, anything under $1 XRP, I still say buy.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time where the Swift financial system, the Swift system, right? The Swift system is a system that pretty much moves money all over the world.
Yeah.
That system is ancient. It's
Right.
ancient. It's as old as that one, the Rothschilds.
Yeah.
Like it's old, right? It's
Yeah.
dinosaur. Okay, well, that Swift system needs an upgrade, right? And XRP is not going to take over. XRP is just going to be incorporated into that system, right?
Yeah.
They need the technology and the liquidity that the XRP ledger and the XRP system has in order for it to be, in order for it to kind of like get an upgrade. So it's kind of like they're going to incorporate XRP into the Swift system to upgrade it and kind of modernize it and be able to keep up with today's technology and today's finances in the financial world, right? So
Mhm.
that system, once that happens, the floodgates are going to open for XRP.
Nice.
So you're talking about trillions of dollars coming into that single ledger, like into that company per se,
Yeah.
but XRP has been working with a bunch of banks all over the world. That they just won the lawsuit in the United States, but even the United States alone doesn't matter because they've been working with banks all over the world. But once that incorporation really takes place and everything like really starts to take off
Yeah.
and the floodgates open, XRP is gonna skyrocket because
Sick.
you're gonna have trillions of dollars instantly going to the system. Once that happens, bro, I'm gonna see you in Dubai.
Yeah, my goal is $25 million, and then I'm never going to talk to anybody again. So maybe I'll be in Dubai. Who knows where I'll be, but that's the goal.
Yeah.
I
So
like that
that's
shit,
a
man. That's
little
fire.
nugget to leave you guys with, but yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I mean, I hear people talking about it, and it actually is making moves, and it's actually happening. So I think you're 100% on that one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
and it's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. Like it hasn't done nothing for years, but it's because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
So like if you really do your research on it, you'll understand why.
right. All right, cool, man. Well, thank you so much for blessing the podcast with your presence, Juan. This was sick. We'll probably do this again. Any last thoughts before we kind of wrap up for the audience out there?
No, man, I just want to thank you. I really appreciate the chance of getting on here talking crypto. I could talk crypto all day, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it. So, thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, this was really sick. Okay, so be sure to check out Juan on Instagram and Twitter. I'll have his links down below in the description. Yeah, this was sick. Remember, you're an adult. Any crypto you buy, you might just be like, be careful, man. Like you don't know what we're just basically out here freestyling just like everybody else. But make sure you make
Invest
good
at your own
choices.
risk.
Yeah, take it at your own risk. But there were some nuggets in here that I hope you guys take home. Thanks again for listening. Peace out, everybody. I'll talk to you in the next one.
Peace
Bye.
out.